Well, the second extraordinary session of the ECOWAS Parliament, which held via a video conference, has ended. One of the highlights of the five-day meeting was the swearing-in of new members of Parliament. These were members who were absent at the inaugural meeting of the 5th legislature in Niamey, Niger, where more than 100 other new members took the oaths of office. Moyo Thomas reports.
About 8 of the 12 new members of the 5th legislature of the ECOWAS Parliament took a virtual oath in order to be recognized as members of ECOWAS Parliament. Most of the new members were members of Parliament from Mali. The Speaker had postponed the oath taken to the last day of Parliament to allow the intervention by ECOWAS authorities of heads of state and government on the Malian political situation yield results. Despite the stalemate, members of Malian Parliament and others were sworn in. In other deliberations, the last plenary session considered the situation of the pandemic in the region and called on governments, non-governmental organizations and philanthropists across the region to help in the fight against coronavirus public health crisis. The pandemic has also greatly affected the income of the regional body. The president of the ECOWAS Commission, in his goodwill message at the plenary, also tasked members to engage their governments to pay their community levies.
During this crucial period, all our institutions are being called upon to work in close cooperation and synergy so as to be able to face the major challenges. And we have to recall the need to strengthen interinstitutional cooperation, mobilization of all our respective parliaments to be able to make the necessary support to member states.
The community levy constitutes about 90% of the income of ECOWAS and is used in funding the running of activities, programs and projects the regional body embarks upon. This is more important at this time that the pandemic has affected the other sources of income for the regional body. ECOWAS charges tax on imports from other non-member countries into the region, but the total lockdown by many countries has affected imports. Members of Parliament argued that payment of the levies may not be easy for member countries at this time, as the pandemic has affected economies around the world. The session considered an adopted report of committees on education, science and technology, Committee on Energy and Committee on Agriculture. Members of Parliament agreed to also visit Mali to intervene in the political crisis that has rocked the country. The ECOWAS authorities of heads of state and government is built for Monday, 27th of July, to discuss a solution on the Malian political crisis. Moyo Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.